And we're back. I want to show you now how to make a little bit more complicated chart that is going to incorporate into the design of the chart this error information, error margin information that we have, specifically the low range of the estimated rent and the high range of the estimated rent. Looks pretty much like the same process you just saw. Let's get the data highlighted that we want here, the median rent data, and again, holding down the control key or the command key, highlighting the county column here. But let's also highlight the from and to columns right here. So I'm telling Google Sheet, make a chart out of these four highlighted columns of information here. And if I click Insert and Chart, it's going to make a new chart. And it guessed that I wanted something called a clustered bar chart, where you get a bar for each quantitative value that I highlighted. It took the text data, the county name data, and stuck that on the horizontal axis. That was correct. But it made a bar for each of the numeric columns that I highlighted. Median rent, let's see, that would be the blue bars. See that? The from bar, the from column information is in the red bars, and then the to information is in the yellow bars. And this is a helpful chart for some situations, but not really for this situation. What I really want is to show that the blue bar information is what the rent estimate is, and then the from is kind of the low point of the possible range of rents, and the yellow um, 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 bar or indicator is the high range of the estimate. So this can be done a little bit better with a type of chart called a combo chart. And here's how you just change the type of chart. I'm just going to stack this on top of the old one, just so we have a little bit of working room. You see these three dots here in the upper right corner of the chart. If you click those, you can choose Edit Chart. And if it's not already open for you for some reason, this chart editor will pop up. You can get back to this the same way anytime. If you see how, if I click somewhere else, the chart editor goes away. But if I click on the chart and then click on the three dots and edit chart, the chart editor comes back. And I'm going to change the type of chart from a column chart, which is what we're looking at, to something called a combo chart. It gives us a little thumbnail here to give us an idea of what it's going to look like. But I'm going to select that one and then watch what happens. Now, this is a little bit better. Now we have a blue bar for the median rent for each county, just like we had on the original chart that we made. But we've also added a yellow line that represents the upper estimate of the median rent. That would be the data in the to column here. And then we have a red line that is representing the data in the from column here. So what this means now is that when I look at this chart, let's say I mouse over Rutherford County here, I can get the median rent for Rutherford County, which is $1,147 a month, and I can hit the red bar there and see, oh, that the actual range of that estimate is somewhere between $1,103 a month, and if I get the yellow line, $1,191 a month. So this is a little bit better information. Notice that the error margin gets wider here for Robertson County. You see, there's a lot of difference between the estimate there and the yellow line and the red line compared to, say, Rutherford County, where the two lines are much closer. This is because in Robertson County there aren't as many apartments for the Census Bureau to use to produce this estimate of median rent. So if you have fewer apartments or fewer respondents basically to your random sample survey, then your error margin, your confidence about the estimate that you've made based on the data is going to go down a little bit. You're going to get less confident about what that estimate is because it's based on fewer cases, fewer observations. And so the error margin is going to widen a little bit. These ranges also kind of help you figure out which counties are meaningfully different from which other ones. If you look very closely here, you'll see that in Wilson County, the median rent is 1,160. In Sumner, it's 1,069. So 1,060, 1,069. So does that mean that rent in Sumner is more expensive than rent in Wilson? Not necessarily, because if you consider the range that's involved here, the Wilson County range could be anywhere between 1,135 and 985, and in Sumner it could be anywhere between 1,115 and 1,023. So there's some overlap between those two error marks. So essentially, the rent is probably about the same in Sumner compared to Wilson. Now, Williamson's a whole different story. Williamson is much higher than Wilson County. You can see that from the blue bars. And also their error margins don't overlap. There's no common numbers between the Wilson high of 1,135 and the Wilson low of 985 and the Williamson County high of 1,687 and 1,519. The error margin for Williamson is wholly above the error margin for Wilson County. So rent in Williamson County really is more expensive than Wilson County. It's statistically significant. It's meaningfully different. So that's the value of including those error margin ranges. Now, the chart really doesn't look so good yet. All the information's there, but we really need to format it a little bit better so it communicates better. And in the next video, I'll show you how to dress this chart up a little bit to make it look nicer.